Hey everybody, it's Hutch. Today we're going to talk about Kujira, which should be a hot topic. One, they launched their native token today, which actually, if you use it, does reduce your fees when using Kujira. Also, I made my first discounted B Luna buy yesterday, and I think I got lucky. I think I hit the dead bottom. I'm going to show you the calculations involved to see exactly what I bought and for how much. And then later, we're going to actually place a bid to buy some discounted B Luna, as well as go ahead and pay the fees to withdraw the discounted B Luna that I have. So this is all experimental. I am by no means an expert. So I hope you guys will put your questions or any corrections to what I'm sharing in the comments below, and this can be an interactive discussion. All right, let's get into it. So let's first talk about what it is and why you'd even want to use it. So this is the 4-hour chart, 4-hour bars of Luna. Obviously, Luna was a lot higher. We thought we were going to start heading to 80 and 100 here, and then we fell from grace. And a lot of us realized, even though we were bleeding, that this was a good buying opportunity. And so I did set some limit orders and buy all the way down, but I had heard about this Kujira, which was a way to buy discounted Luna. And so I thought I'd try it out. So you're not placing a limit order like I still have some. I'll show you on my Coinbase Pro, and I realize that this may not be the optimal place, but as a KYC American, this is where I have got some. Please put in the comments if you know of a better way for me to buy Luna. I buy wrap Luna and bridge it, which, by the way, I'm coming out with a video on how to unwrap that and bridge it over to the Terra station. But you can see I have this limit order right now for Luna at 42.62. It's trading at 43. This is actually down here, and what I do is I move my lowest limit orders I don't think will get filled. I actually move them up, and you can see I just kind of nibble at different levels and then stack bigger orders if we really fall from grace. These may or may not get filled, and if the price of Luna goes up, what I usually do is I just kind of move these up, and in that way I'm constantly dollar cost averaging in to relative dips. And that's exactly what Kujira could do for you, although it's not a limit order, and this is their interface, and it's very complicated but cool. This is the value, the amount of money that's in orders. Now, they're not limit orders. Technically, they're market orders. You don't know what price they're going to get filled in, but you can bid, instead of bidding on the price that you want to get filled in like a limit order, you can bid on what premium of additional Luna you get at a discount. And I know that's confusing. It was confusing to me. I almost wish this was discount and it was the inverse of this. But the way I understand it is my order that got filled was in the 4% premium pool. And so what I believe that to mean is when I get filled, when people get liquidated from using too much leverage, they have to liquidate their Luna, and this cash, this UST, is locked on Kujira to liquidate people, and we're bidding on the amount of premium over and above spot of Luna we want to receive. So, for instance, you can see I still have an order at the 7% premium. That's why it's purple, and I have 1,200 UST there. I had $888 of UST. So we could just do this math and say 888 divided by 23,686,471. And so my average cost was 37.50 almost. And Luna never got to 37.50. It looks like we got to 38.82. So if I go back to Kujira and my calculator, if I multiply the premium times this price, and I think I'm doing this right, and if I'm not, please, by all means, somebody correct me in the comments. I got an extra 4% premium of the amount of Luna I would have normally received at this spot, at this price, which is, I think I got lucky, which is pretty much the bottom. Now, truth be told, I did look earlier in the day, and I had this happened yesterday. I had like two 0.3 Luna filled earlier. So probably from one of these other dips, I had that filled. I don't know which one. And then the other 21 Luna, I believe, got filled here, which is not automatic. And the way I understand it to work is they go in order of premium. So I don't know why you would ever bid on 0% premium, just do a market order. But if I did a 1% premium, you see there's money locked in here. Somebody's bidding $748. They're probably going to get filled very quickly on any kind of relative dip where somebody gets liquidated. They're first in line to get their whole order filled. You can see there's only 1,200 here at 2. There's 44,000 at 3. And there was less yesterday. This bar looked more like this. There wasn't a lot there. And then there were these massive buy walls. And so I staggered my orders where I just said, okay, I'll just get some. I'm 4% extra Luna on dips. I'll take it. I'm late to the party. I didn't get some in the in the cents or the $5 or the teens. It's kind of when I heard about it, but you couldn't buy it on Coinbase Pro then. So I got in late in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. I bought all the way thinking we were going and don't regret a bit of it. This is not financial advice, by the way. You have to do your own research always. So these buy walls, if let's say all these got gobbled up, all these got filled, and then we get into here and there's a partial fill, just like I had my 2 Luna. Apparently, Kujira evenly distributes the fills amongst the different parties bidding in here, the different wallets. So that's cool. Showed up for me that maybe you could get, and I don't know if this is true, but if you had multiple wallets, maybe you could get more of a fill. These things I don't know, and this is what I'd love to find out in the questions or in the comments. And you can see there's millions of dollars that need to be filled before any part of my 7% bid does get filled. Now we're going to do a bid later, and you're going to see you're going to have to pay some fees, and to withdraw you have to pay your fees, and this is expressed in Luna, so a little strong, but it looks like you can pay with Kuji and save 50%, and I'm going to show you that just came out today. That wasn't there before. I would ask questions on Twitter like, how do we buy this Kuji? I don't see it. Well, it's here today, so we're going to go through that on this video. So hopefully that makes sense. Now you understand how this works, and you understand the implications of the different metrics that you're using to bid. So I wanted to bring up Anchor Protocol for a couple of reasons. One is we can access Kujira with this new little handy dandy button right here. I already have it open, so I'm going to close it down. But they added this. This is nice. And it's appropriate that they put it here because this is this is the place where people are getting liquidated. And you can see I'm running at 40% loan to value, which for me is a little bit higher than I want to be. I know other people that are doing really well in this space that like to run at 45 and don't manage until they get closer to 50. In my prior video, you saw that we were at 32, but even at 32, we've seen Luna take 50% drops within a day or shorter. So if we took a 50% drop and I was at 32, I could get liquidated. I did just want to show that when I move my borrow, it shows what my Luna liquidation price is. So right now it's under 29. I feel pretty comfortable, and even though it could drop 50% in a day, I believe right now we're at 43 as we speak. So they could go down theoretically to 23. I mean, it's crypto. It could go down 80% in a day, but it's not going to go down in a second, hopefully. And if I'm watching this or even setting up alerts, like Lunanomics recommends, I'll put that link below to set up alerts where they can text you, email you, call you. I believe all of the above. I haven't done it yet, although I should. I've been watching this pretty closely because I'm just so hot for it right now. But at any rate, we can see that if I go to the max recommended, it still brings my Luna price to 32, which really gives me some room since there's pretty strong support as we've seen 40 and just under. We plunged under it and bounced above it. There's some in the there's quite a bit in the mid 30s, so I feel pretty comfortable there. But it's worth mentioning that if I'm borrowing at all to do this and risking liquidation, it's like I got one foot on the gas and one foot on the brakes. Why am I going to put myself one step closer to liquidation to hopefully buy some poor bastard's liquidated Luna when I could be that poor bastard? Excuse such harsh language. But at any rate, for me, it was it was experimental when I did it, and also a test case. I felt pretty comfortable where I was, and I knew I had unliquidated Luna coming, and I do plan to manage myself. The other thing that's worth mentioning is there's an opportunity cost. So if I just park the UST in Anchor rather than Kujira, I could earn 19%. And although I've heard murmurs that they're considering giving us, Kujira is considering giving us some rate of return on our money, obviously there's an opportunity cost. Now, 19% divided by 12 months, for me to park some UST on there for a matter of days or weeks, and I got some liquidated Luna, and we're going to look at the economics of that in just a little bit. I feel like I got the best of it for a short term, but for a long-term play, I don't think personally I'm going to feel comfortable keeping amounts of money when, I could be earning 19% plus. Let's face it, I'm borrowing here, and even though, as we discuss, I'm getting right now paid 1% to borrow, that may not always be the case, and I'm getting paid in Anchor tokens where those values could hold, they may not. Anyway, I just wanted you all to see this. So here we are at the Kuji swap page. It's at blue.kujira.app versus orca.kujira.app. See what they did there with the whales? It's cool. The orcas is like kind of the predatory, and when you're buying a liquidated Luna, and this is the blue. So I guess this is the big page. Looks like you can do some earning. Pretty nice liquidity pool at the moment. Not an investment advice. Vesting, I'm not part of the Cool Kids Club here, but let's go ahead and buy some Kuji token. I plan to do this from time to time, so let's just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get 22 bucks worth. I'm going to lower my slippage, and let's go ahead and swap for 16 Kujis. The main reason right now is because I can lower my fees allegedly by using this Kuji token. Let's just go there. All right, so let's swap. It's going to ask me to confirm the transaction. I'm going to post it. This is my account with the Ledger, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Ledger to verify. This is the safest way, I believe, to use the Terra Station wallet. I highly recommend it for everybody. If you don't have a hardware wallet yet for all of your crypto, much less Terra Station, I highly recommend you get one. Links in the description to get the real deal. And it's only because if you go try and save money or making things convenient by having Jeff Bezos send you one, maybe it's Jeff Bezos, maybe it's some scammer who already figured out your private keys and send you a ledger, and then you put crypto on there and oh, ouch. Yeah, that would suck. All right, so let's go back to let's go to the Terra Station wallet now, and let's scroll down. So I'm going to add this token. I tried to do it yesterday on a different video, and it wasn't there. There it is. That's cool. If we look at that, and I understand there's some scam tokens, but I did verify. Well, you can see I just bought it off the blue.kujira.app, and there's my Kuji token. So let's go back to the Orca tab, and let's refresh. Hopefully it knows. All right, let's place an order together. So 4% I think can still get filled. I got some Luna there. I think 3 could easily get filled even with just little dips. But I'm wondering if the juice is worth the squeeze with all these fees. I don't know. We're going to find out together. I have an order at 7. These are pretty massive buy walls. But if we have some crazy volatility, and I'm getting ready to go away for the weekend, so this is going to be like a week-long play. So what's 1/52nd like of 19%? Or let's see, 19% divided by 52. I'm missing out on 30 basis points, 36 basis points off my UST. I'm willing to take that risk just to see. But my thoughts are, if we blaze through all these buy walls, so if there's just cascading liquidations and all of this gets absorbed, I think all of this gets absorbed very easily. I don't know if you add it all up together, we're not even to 100,000, much less these. So I'm going to try this lonely looking 17%. It's a flyer. So if I click it, you can see it fills here. Make sure you're in the Luna collateral market. I'm going to do the $888 to make sure it's the same price. So I'm going to place my bid, and I'm going to try and pay careful attention. I wish it would show me what my fees are. So let's see if it does it on the ledger. So broadcasting transactions. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's just over $1 to even place the bid, $1.43. So if I take it down, that's going to cost money too. And it's just, we're not talking about a huge amount, but it does need to be factored in. So 143.3121. So I posted it with my private keys, and this is the safest way to do the Terra Station wallet, guys. If you don't have one of these, I strongly suggest you get one. There's a link below. I think I get like some 0.00000 something of a Bitcoin if you buy through my link. They are on back order. Oh, and there's an error after all that. Let's see what happened. So place my bid. Anyway, I'm only shilling Ledger for your safety, and the second bid worked. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. We could see it down here. There's a 17% premium bid. That means like however much Luna I get 17% more Luna if it hits it. Don't have a lot of faith that it will. Hope it doesn't for all of our sake, but just in case, that little $888 will be my silver lining if we go crazy bear over the next week. It'd be interesting to see how much it costs to take down. Maybe I'll just try that real quick. So I'm going to try and, oh wow, it actually looks like I did it twice. So yeah, I am going to take one down. Let's try it. So retracting bid. It's weird. It said there was an error, but there wasn't. So now I have two bids in the 888. So I'm going to pay this transaction fee so we all learn something. To take down the bid, this is actually worth noting. It's only 3.2 cents. So costs a good amount of money to place a bid, certainly relative to how much it costs to get it down. All right, cool. And it's worth noting it says ready in 8 minutes. So the first time I placed the bid, I was like, woohoo, I did it. But you have to actually come back here in 8 minutes and activate the bid, or 7 minutes. So we'll do that together. All right, so here we are. 8 minutes has elapsed. So I can go ahead and activate my bid. Looks like another smart contract transaction. I'm not sure why they do both of them. When I made it, I wanted to activate it. So this is another 0.032, so 3.2 cents of UST. So I'm going to go ahead and pay and sign that transaction. Not sure why the extra step is there. So all in all, pretty happy with my buy. Hopefully this helped to unbundle things. Let's see if we can figure out exactly how much I paid. All right, so walk through these credits and debits with me to see if my feeble and sometimes flawed brain came up with the right math. So my UST deposit was $888. To create the Kujira bid was $1.43, and to activate the bid was 3 cents. All of that in UST. So 889.46 of UST. The B Luna tokens that I bought was 23.686471 B Luna tokens, and the withdrawal fee was 1% of that, so 0.236864, I believe, of a B Luna and not a Luna. I believe that's what it is, but I'm not totally sure. The net B Luna receive was that subtracted from that, so 23.449607 B Luna. Therefore, the average price of the B Luna, if I just take what I actually got divided by what I paid, was $37.93, which is nice because we saw that the market never got down with that candle. It got down to very high 38s. Well, let's just go look real quick. So it was here. It got down to 38.80. And I probably didn't buy at the dead bottom, which is okay. And like I said, I had a partial fill early on. So the average fill price is somewhere between this and this. And I'll tell you how I got these numbers. And I don't know what the right answer is. So on the high end, my average fill price was $39.45, meaning when this, whoop, not there. when this candle was dropping, somewhere between here and here is where my average fill price was. Again, I had partial fills, but for all intents and purposes, my average price to buy the dip was somewhere between here and here. So how I got this number was I took the average cost of B Luna and I multiplied that by 104 since I got 104% premium. So I think it's 104% premium of what I should have bought, in which case this is a little harder to calculate, but the B Luna bought, which was this, well, it was this. No, I'm sorry. So what I did is I took the B Luna tokens that I actually bought, and then I divided that by 104. And then I took that number, like what I probably should have just bought, and I got a 104% or a 4% premium on what I should have just bought. I take this number and divide it by my total spend, and that comes out to $39.05. So I don't know the right answer, and there's people watching this a lot smarter than me. So if you know the right answer, please put it in the comments, and y'all can find out the answer to this riddle. There are some other considerations. So my other cost, I did an anchor borrow fee of $1.65, and I noticed the minimum borrow fee is 25 cents, but the bigger you go, it kind of goes between 25 cents and $1.65, and then it caps out at that. So just a little efficiency I found through this exercise. So $1.65, because essentially I was borrowing from Anchor to do this, whether I did it that moment or I have money on borrow. The 1 week opportunity cost was of the $889 total spend times 19.5%, which is what Anchor is paying, divided by 52 weeks, assuming that you just take money, UST, and park it on there. So these are some other things to consider. Again, it's still a good deal, and I'm happy with this fill price, happy that I bought the dip. Even though I couldn't place a limit order, I got near the bottom, and I got a discount at that, a price that nobody's been filled at unless they're using Kujira. So all of these things I like, and I'm willing to pay this, but I wanted to add all these death by 1,000 cuts just to show you the bigger the order you put in and the bigger the premium you bid at, the more effective all of this is going to be. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's some other potential savings though. For me to buy wrapped Luna on Coinbase, I typed in 888. I would have to pay a $2.22 commission. That's on Coinbase Pro. Coinbase commissions are crazy. I don't know why anybody uses the non-pro. That's a different story. Plus the bridging to Terra Bridget and paying ETH, plus the withdrawal fees just off the exchange. So $22.22 plus a lot to really get it to the same place as the Terra station. But had I just taken the UST, the 889 of UST, and I just swapped UST for Luna, it's $1.46, and then swap Luna for B Luna, it's another 15 cents. So I essentially saved this $1.60 of commission. Again, not big numbers, but I just wanted to add in all these death by 1,000 cuts to really quantify where the value proposition is. Hope you found this helpful. I think there's definite value in the Kujira app. I did have some questions that I hope eventually get answered, so let's just jump to those real quick. Here's my Twitter. Y'all can follow me on Twitter. I've been quite active on there. Where can I see my fill prices? It'd be great if we just had those right on the Kujira app, like when it said your order got executed, like just tell me my fill prices. Where can I buy the KUJI token? So I couldn't do that when I asked these questions yesterday, but now it's I showed you guys how to do it on the blue.kujira.app. Does the withdrawal fee go down pro rata the more B Luna you buy or withdraw? And that's that 1% of a Luna. I don't think it does, but again, you can get 50% off with the KUJI token. If I'm wrong, by all means, put it in the comments. I don't want to be wrong here. Since opportunity cost is 19%, can I earn KUJI on deposited UST? So the new KUJI coin, hopefully they'll have that where, I understand that part of the way they're making money is they get to have the UST earning 19% while we're all waiting to buy liquidated Luna. But hopefully we could get some portion of that return. And even if it's not not in UST, but it's in the governance token, I think that'd be fine too. We'd all be happy as long as we are earning something. It'd be great just to earn it right in the UST or AUST, but as long as we are earning something, I think more of us would be more likely to do this. Hope this helps. Kujira, cool stuff. Thanks.